Friends, this is Ara Güler. My real name is Ara Güleryan. I'm a journalist, writer and photojournalist. Would you like to know me better? I was born in 1928 in Beyoğlu, Istanbul. My mother, Virgin Güler, comes from a well-established family in Istanbul. My father, Dacat Güler, is a pharmacist who moved from Giresun at a young age to Istanbul to study. My family placed great emphasis on art. Some days we would go to the movies together. I was very impressed with the big screen of the cinema. I would remember the frames in the movie, and I would think how they were shot. One of the best childhood memories was to see Atatürk. There was a public beach near our house. Our leader Atatürk used to come here from time to time and swim in the sea. When he came, all the children gathered. He had a cut-back sandal. Here I was, one of those children who swam in the back of that boat. My father, who realized my interest in cinema and photography during my high school years, bought me films and cameras. Thanks to him, I got a job as photojournalist for Yeni Istanbul newspaper in 1950. I also had great interest in reading. I had read most of the world classics translated by Hasan Ali Yücel, the Minister of National Education of the time. Reading literary works by world-famous authors gave me a broad perspective and increased my fondness for art. What impressed me the most was Western literature. Due to my interest in art, I have worked in all branches of filmmaking by shooting in film studios. I took theatre and acting lessons with Muhsin Ertuğrul, the famous theatre actor of my time. With the effect of these lessons, my visual perspective and areas of interest have also improved. By this means, I had a good foundation for my main profession, journalism. I graduated from Getronagon Armenian High School in 1951. I started to work as the head of the photography department in Hayat magazine. Now I was globally known and I was doing the job I wanted the most. While taking the photos, I carefully chose the daylight and the events around and tried to capture the most beautiful shots. My stories have been published in newspapers and literary magazines. The first story I wrote, Prisoner, was published in the Akşam Postası magazine. At the same time, I was having education at the Faculty of Economics at Istanbul University. I wrote a one-act play in the theatrical genre, which I'll call as Bir Garip Yılbaşı Gecesi. I wrote 9 more plays like this, but they remained on the pages of my notebook because I didn't like them. I considered it unfair to art that a job that I don't like is presented as professional work, because when we think we can't do a job well, we need to focus on different things instead of wasting time with it. Photography, a new anthology published in England, calls me one of the world's top 7 photographers. This was something to be proud of for me. I was accepted to the American Society of Magazine Photographers and was the only member of this organization from Turkey. I had exhibitions in various countries such as America, Germany and France. My photos were used in the most important publications of the photography world. In the meantime, I photographed and interviewed many celebrities such as Bertrand Russell, Winston Churchill, Picasso and Salvador Dali. My photographs were exhibited in the exhibition People's Perspective on the World, opened in Canada, and in the exhibition 10 Masters of Color Photography, held at the Gallery of Modern Art in New York. I received the first prize in the category of photojournalism from the Journalist Society of Turkey. In 1962, I was awarded the title of Master Laika which is given to very few photographers in Germany. Camera magazine, which was published in Switzerland, reserve a special issue for me, thanks to my achievements and good works. Some of my photographs were turned into a book by publishing houses. I went to 4 wars as a photojournalist. The photographs I took in the war environment were published in many magazines around the world. One of them was even featured on the cover of Times, one of the most respected news and politics magazines in the world. I observed and photographed people, animals, the region they live under very difficult conditions sometimes. I made documentary photography by telling all the data I collected in the form of a story with my photographs. I had a distinct repetition in documentary photography. I shot a documentary film called The End of the Hero. The photographs of the works built by Mimar Sinan, on which I have been working for years, have been published in major countries such as America, France and Singapore. At the same time, my books titled Memories of Old Istanbul, Lost Colors, A Time Has Passed Like This, Greeting to the Remains and Earth in Their Faces were published respectively. Although I'm famous for my photographs, I have always considered myself a journalist and introduce myself as such. The journalist tries to catch the event and goes after the events. I have always worked in this way, as I have always felt until this age. Kids, if you like to take photos like me, follow this love. Take a photo of everything that appeals to your eyes and share it with your loved ones.